Hello everyone, welcome back to Amin Math Club. Today we have a nice exponential problem, that is x to the power 4 minus 15x plus 14 is equal to 0. So here we have to solve the value of x. Now starting our solution here, that x to the power 4 minus 15 times x plus 14 is equal to, here we have 0. So now if we add, that adding 1 on both sides, so we get, here we have adding plus 1 to our left hand side and similarly adding plus 1 to our right hand side. Now we have x to the power 4 and minus 15x plus, here we get 14 plus 1 is 15, here we have 1. So next step is x to the power 4 minus 15x plus 15. Just shifting this plus 1 to our left hand side, then we get negative of 1 is equal to 0. Now here x to the power 4, and if we just write this minus 1 to x to the power 4 and minus 15 times x plus 15, so making group here, we have this x to the power 4 can also be written as x squared whole squared, and minus this one is 1 squared. So it is our first group here, and if we just take minus 15 is common outside bracket, then we have x minus that 1, which is equal to 0. Now as we know that by algebraic identities, if we have that a squared minus b squared, then it is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So here we have this x squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1, and minus 15 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here x squared plus 1, and we can also use the same identity here if we just write x whole squared minus 1 squared and minus 15 times x minus 1, which is equal to 0. So here we have x squared plus 1, and it will be x plus 1 times x minus 1 minus 15 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here we see that this x minus 1 is a common term, so we have to take x minus 1 is common, then inside bracket we get x squared plus 1 times this x plus 1 and minus, here we have only 15, which is equal to 0. So our next step will be x minus 1 times, if we just multiply this x squared with this x, then we get x cubed. X squared plus 1 is x squared, x times 1 is x, and 1 times 1 is 1. So here we have minus 15 is equal to 0. Now x minus 1 times x cubed plus x squared plus x, and here we have minus 14 is equal to 0. So now we have two possible cases here, that x minus 1 is equal to 0, and similarly x cubed plus x squared plus x minus 14 is equal to 0. So in first case we have value of x will be minus 1 will be positive, that 1. So we have x1 is 1, it is our first solution. Now if we are going to solve this cubic equation, then we have this x cubed plus x squared and plus x minus this 14 can also be written as 8 plus 4, which is 12, plus 2 is 14 is equal to 0. Now x cubed plus x squared plus x, and just multiplying this negative sign into parentheses, we get minus 8 minus 4 and minus 2. Now making group here, then we have x cubed, writing this minus 8 with this one. Similarly here we have plus x squared and it is minus 4, so it is our next second group, and we have plus x minus 2. So if we just write that plus 1 is common, so we have x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now we have three possible group here. So solving this x cubed minus 8, and this x cubed minus 8 can also be written as we know that x cubed minus 2 cubed, similarly plus x squared minus 2 squared plus 1 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now our next step will be, here we have x cubed minus 2 cubed, so we are going to use algebraic identities. If we have x cubed or a cubed minus b cubed, then it is equal to a minus b times a squared plus a times b plus b squared. Similarly, here we can use a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. Now applying these two formulas here, then we have this x minus 2 times x squared, and here this minus will be that positive sign, so plus this 2 times x, which will be 2x, and plus 2 squared is equal to 4. So here we have plus x plus 2 times x minus 2, and plus 1 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now in this step we see that x minus 2 here in first term, x minus 2 in second, and x minus 2 in third term, we have this is common. So x minus 2 is taken common, then outside inside bracket, then we have x squared plus 2 times x plus 4, and here we have plus x plus 2, and here we get plus 1, which is equal to 0. Now we have x minus 2 times x squared. This plus 2x plus x will be 3x, and plus 4 plus 2 is plus 6, and plus 1 is plus 7 is equal to 0. So here we have two cases, that x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x squared plus 3 times x plus 7 is equal to 0. Now in first case, here we have second value of x, which will be x2, that is positive 2. So here we just solve two values of x. Now solving this quadratic equation, here we have actually we are going to use quadratic formula. So for this purpose we have to just write coefficient of this x squared, which will be 1, a is equal to 1, and b is coefficient of x is 3, and c is this constant, which is 7. Now using quadratic formula, which is x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So here we have x is equal to that minus times this 3 is minus 3 plus minus square root of this b squared is 3 squared minus 4 times a is 1, c is 7. 2 times a is 1. So here we have x is equal to minus 3 plus minus square root of 3 squared is 9, and minus 7 times 4 is 28 all over 2. So our next step will be, here it is equal to minus 3 plus minus square root of minus 28 plus 9, we get minus 19 over 2. So now x is equal to minus 3 plus minus this minus 19 square root can be written as square root of 19 times square root of minus 1 all over 2. So here we have final value of x, which will be minus 3 plus minus square root of 19. This minus 1 square root is equal to I, which is iota, all over 2. So these are our two values of x. Let's say it is x3 and x4, and which is complex value. So here we get our final answer. We have four possible solution. So first one is x1 is equal to 1, and here x2 is equal to 2. Similarly, x3 is equal to minus 3 plus square root of 19 I over 2, and here we have x4, which is equal to minus 3 minus square root of 19 I over 2. So these two solutions are real solution. These two solutions are real solution. And here we have two complex solution. So these two solutions are complex. Now we have four possible values of x, so it is our final answer. I hope you have understand all these steps one by one. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more interesting contents. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Have a nice day. Goodbye.